In this video, we're going to take a look at how to manage our sub-calendars as they relate to our parent calendars. We're going to go over how to set them up, how to edit them, and different things to consider when you're using a sub-calendar versus a parent calendar. So right now we are in our Manage Calendars page, which is underneath our Coach Tools and in Manage Calendars. From here, we're going to create a new calendar by hitting the green plus icon. We're going to label this calendar as just a test calendar for right now, and we are going to make this a sub-calendar of our athletic development parent calendar. We can also select the workout display for this calendar, and this allows us to decide how many workouts we want our athletes to see. So whether or not we want them to see everything that's programmed in this calendar, or we want them to only see the current week from Sunday to Sunday or the current day of training. It's important to note when you select this workout display that the athlete can always look at past workouts, but if you have this set to 1 week or current day, they can't look beyond that into the future. So we're going to create our calendar, and now we are going to head over to our calendar tab and build our calendar out. So the first thing we're going to do is select calendar, and we're going to find our test calendar. Now, because this test calendar is a sub-calendar, anything that has been programmed inside of the athletic development parent calendar is going to automatically be placed into that test calendar. So when we select this calendar, we'll pull it up and we can see that there's already a good bit of programming inside of this calendar. An important thing to note in the sub-calendar are these icons right here. So this calendar icon tells us that this exercise is stemming from the parent calendar. If we go to edit an exercise by clicking the pencil icon right here, let's say we simply want to be able to make changes to the power jerk inside of the sub-calendar itself. We can select the checkbox, and then this icon then changes to show that it is now a swapped exercise and it is something that is being edited in the sub-calendar itself. So now if we take this power jerk and we move it down all the way to the end, it's going to remain at the top of the parent calendar, but it's going to now be in the bottom of the workout for the sub-calendar. So now, because this exercise has been edited in the sub-calendar and we've moved it down to the bottom of the workout, if we go back to our parent calendar, we'll see that the power jerk is still in the same spot because this is part of the parent calendar and we've edited that other exercise to reflect that it's now being moved around in the sub-calendar. Heading back to our sub-calendar. There are a couple of different reasons why a coach may choose to use a sub-calendar versus a parent calendar. The big point of emphasis with the sub-calendar is that this is meant for small changes to be made in the program. So the parent calendar is essentially the bulk of your programming. That's where the main program is going to live. That sub-calendar is a way for coaches to be able to change 1 or 2 exercises without having to change the entirety of the program or create a new calendar. This is something we'll often see if a coach is programming for different levels. So if they're doing the majority of their programming in the parent calendar and then decide that they want to tweak a few things for more advanced lifters versus beginner lifters, then they can choose to create an advanced sub-calendar and a beginner sub-calendar. That advanced sub-calendar may have something like a barbell deadlift as the main lift for the day, but the beginner calendar may have a trap bar deadlift. So being able to change those exercises makes it easier rather than having to go back and copy and create an entire calendar. So let's say we're using that example, that idea of different levels of programming. And we've built out our parent calendar, and our test calendar is going to be our beginner calendar. And we've decided that we don't want our athletes to do a power clean because they're not ready for that. So we can hit the edit button. And let's say we're going to change this power clean to a front squat. We want to leave the reps and the sets the same and the percentages the same. We simply want to change the name of the exercise itself across the board. So we've changed the front squat on this particular date. And now if we toggle this right here, we are now going to change the anywhere in the program that says power clean for all future occurrences will now be changed to front squat. So if we hit this check right here, this is going to update to front squat. And then if we go to the 15th where there was another power clean, we can see that it's now been changed to front squat, and so on and so forth. Now, if we go back to our front squat, or excuse me, we'll do a different exercise example. So now let's say we want to change the clean pull. We're going to make an edit. We're going to change this just to a deadlift. Barbell. There we go, barbell deadlift. And now let's say we want to change these percentages for the program and we want them to be the same percentages across the board. So let's say we're going to switch all of these to 70%. And we're also going to change the reps for this particular exercise. Now, not only do we want to change the name of the exercise to barbell deadlift, but we want to update all of the settings on all future occurrences as well. So now every future occurrence where we're going to change that clean pull to a barbell deadlift, we also want it to be a 3x10 at 70%. So now we're going to select this option right here. And it's not only going to change the name, but it's also going to change all of the other settings that have been selected for this exercise. So if we hit that checkbox right there, we'll see this change to barbell deadlift. And then again, if we go to the 15th, we'll see that this is now a 3x10. And if we open that up, we can see that the percentages are 70%. Another thing that's important to note, once you have changed an exercise or made an edit in the sub calendar, if you go back and change that original exercise in the parent calendar, it will not change anything in the sub calendar. So, for example, if we go back to our athletic development, and let's say we want to change this barbell RDL to a dumbbell RDL, and we hit the checkbox, we've now made that change. If we go back to our sub calendar, we'll see that it has been changed to a dumbbell RDL as well, because that exercise was still a part of the parent calendar. Now, if we jump back to the parent calendar, and let's say we're going to change this clean pull to an actual clean, all right, well, let's say we're going to do a power clean plus split jerk, and we select the checkbox. So now on our parent calendar, we have a power clean split jerk. But if we go back to our sub calendar, we still have our barbell deadlift. And remember, that's now being shown through this icon right here. So paying attention to the icons as you go to edit anything in a sub calendar versus a parent calendar is going to be really important, not only for making sure those edits are made on the days and with the exercises that you want them to be, but to also make sure that this won't cause any workout scrambling as if you go back and try to make any changes to the parent calendar. Another thing that people will do for a sub calendar option is perhaps they have athletes or clients that are working on a 4-day a week program, and then they have another group that is working off of 5 days a week or even 3 days a week. So what they can do is they can create the bulk of their programming in that parent calendar. So we can see, we have 4 days a week worth of programming that's from the parent calendar. But let's say we wanted our sub calendar to have a 5th day of programming. We can select a day and we can add in different exercises. So we'll just add in a back squat, 3 sets of 10, make that workout group A, and then we'll superset that with a farmer's walk. And make that A as well. And we'll just leave that for our example. So now we have another day of programming added into that sub calendar. Now, because we've added these exercises specifically to the sub calendar, there is no icon, and that lets us know that these were created specifically for the sub calendar itself. In the same way, if we wanted to clear out a day of programming to make it a 3-day a week programming, so let's say we're going to clear the 25th, then we can come down to the 25th and you can either use the trash can icon next to each exercise and delete them one by one, or you can select the clear button, select for it to be the 25th that's going to be cleared, and then you want to make sure that you toggle on clear items originating from parent calendars. This will not affect the parent calendar, but it will allow you to clear the date of the workout from the 25th itself. So if we hit clear and we confirm it, everything will clear out of the 25th. But then if we go back into our parent calendar, we'll see that that 25th day of programming is still available in the parent calendar itself. Hope this helps. And remember, if you ever have any questions about programming, you can always reach out to us at support@teambuildr.com.